Hello guys, what I'm going to show you today is the best Stalcraft X settings, okay, for 2025. The goal here is going to be to maximize FPS and visibility while retaining useful effects for gameplay. The game has a lot of, graphic different toggles, but we're going to focus on retaining visibility because as you can see, the game is quite dark. If you play like this in the swamps, in the city, and you're going to need a lot of different effects to kind of retain visibility unless you want to use like the not Google Visions, which are of course going to run low on battery sometimes. So what are we going to do, guys? We're just going to go to our menu by pressing escape, and I'm going to show you basically a list of the settings that I use for competitive gameplay, meaning I want high FPS, over 120 FPS probably. Well, the resolution, you must keep it to native, of course. Do not play around with this. Just make it, native resolution. Now, the FPS limit, I'm going to recommend that you set it up to basically 120 to 160, no more than that, because that is going to ensure like better performance and more stability. Okay, now let's talk about the V-Sync. I recommend that you keep it off because it's basically going to, add a little bit of the input lag. Okay, so in my opinion, you should just keep it off. Now the protocol, which is going to be like the internet collection, I personally would keep it to UDP just in case that the game chooses TCP for you for whatever reason. Okay, so just use UDP. Okay, that's great. Now let's go to the basically the graphics section in here. The quick quality settings, you can just leave it like this. We're gonna modify pretty much everything, so it doesn't matter. The render scale is absolutely essential that it's set to 100. Now the anti-aliasing is set to none. It's gonna remove a lot of FPS. Then the FXA, you can set it to on. That's not going to do too much in terms of the FPS. The particle resolution, just to set it to 50%. And shadows. Shadows are very important that you leave them on. But the resolution doesn't have to be all the way tuned up. It can be like this or like this. Okay, but they must be turned on because that's going to improve visibility. Grass quality, I strongly recommend you leave it to high or to very high. Okay, so you don't get it confused with enemies. Tree quality doesn't matter, you can just keep it to low. Now the particle render distance, you can keep it to minimum. Soft particles, bloom, rays from sun, all of them you can keep it to off. SAAO, you can keep it to disable or medium if you have like a better GPU than me. And the water quality can be set to off or to low, it doesn't matter. Texas filtering should be set to anisotropic X16. Block texture quality and model texture quality, always to maximum, okay? Not to ultra, but to high, so keep that in mind. And the render distance, trying to keep it to normal, that is maximum setting. And that's pretty much it. The bullet holes, they're not gonna make a difference. I've actually tested this, so you can keep it on and off, it doesn't matter, okay? So this is gonna give you the better FPS for your budget, okay? If you want some more graphical quality, you can, tweak some settings and leave them on. Thank you so much, guys.